a land with astonishing landscape. A landscape of scenic beauty, diversity of flora and fauna, celebrating Earth heritage, sustaining local communities. This is LENGGONG GEOPARK, the unpolished gem of Perak. LENGGONG GEOPARK in Perak is part of Earth's long history of approximately 4.6 billion years ago until now. The LENGGONG GEOPARK is home to fascinating rock formations dating back to the Cambrian period, a geologic period beginning over 500 million years ago. In LENGGONG GEOPARK, deposition of sediments began during the Cambrian period in a shallow sea environment, producing a group of sandy sedimentary rocks which were subsequently metamorphosed to form quartzite rocks named the Papulot quartzite. Internal movements of the Earth resulted in volcanic activities and the deposition of pyroclastic material that eventually formed the Lewin Turf during the Ordovician about 490 million to 460 million years ago. This was followed by a rise in sea level, forming a deep marine environment where fine sediments known as the Silurian Crow Formation were deposited about 490 million to 419 million years ago. During the Devonian period, 419 million to 359 million years ago, the sea level dropped to form a shallow marine environment where deposition of limestone occurred, forming the LENGGONG limestone rock unit. During the Carboniferous period, about 359 million to 300 million years ago, sedimentation in a marine environment formed a mixture of rocks, primarily sandstones, known as the Kubang Pasu Formation. Tectonic activity in the Southeast Asian region in the Permian period 300 million to 255 million years ago caused a collision between the Sibu Masu block in the west and the East Malaya block or Indochina in the east. The collision caused large-scale granite intrusions which formed the Titiwangsa Range and the Bintang Range during the Triassic period 255 million to 210 million years ago. These events subsequently caused the whole of Peninsular Malaysia to be uplifted to the surface as well as led to the metamorphism processes. In LENGGONG GEOPARK, this is well presented at Lata Kekabu Granite Contact Geosite. The tectonic events and granite intrusions are important geological histories for Malaysia and Southeast Asia. Once Malaysia became a landmass, the humid tropical climate led to active weathering and erosion processes which continuously sculpted the landscapes to produce beautiful features such as limestone karst, lowlands of sedimentary rocks as well as granitic domes and ridges. Later, during the late Jurassic to early Cretaceous, about 145 million to 66 million years ago, due to the active internal movements of the Earth, a major fault system in Malaysia known as Bokbak Fault was formed. This led to the formation of hot springs in several areas along the fault line. During the Neogene period, about 23 million to 2.5 million years ago, another series of internal movements of the Earth occurred and led to the formations of the continental sedimentary basin, where the deposition of young terrestrial sediments occurred to form the Lewin Basin deposits. During the Quaternary Age, changes in the flow of Sungai Perak led to the erosions and sedimentation processes along its course, producing a series of river sediment terraces that form the LENGGONG Valley, located between the Bintang Range and the Titiwangsa Range. Now, Sungai Perak is the second longest river in Peninsular Malaysia. The LENGGONG limestone karst complex was formed as a result of active weathering and erosion processes, which has become an important prehistoric settlement that is now located in the LENGGONG World Archaeological Heritage Sites.
There are more than 20 caves in this largest karst outcrop of Bukit Kepala Gajah. 3 of them, Gua Kajang, Gua Gunung Runtuh and Gua Teluk Kelawar, have revealed prehistoric burials.
In complex Gua Kepala Gajah, or Elephant's Head Cave Complex, one of the most remarkable archaeological discoveries is the Perak Man, which was discovered in Gunung Runtuh Cave. It is the oldest and most complete prehistoric human skeleton found in Southeast Asia. Evidence of the existence of prehistoric human settlements during the Paleolithic to early Neolithic era had been discovered inside and on the cave walls. The latest and most important geological event in Lenggong occurred 1.83 million years ago when a space body or meteorite crashed into the grounds, producing a crater of 8 kilometers in diameter. In the middle of the crater, a hill was formed by the elastic rebound effect due to the impact. The impact produced a new rock type, and the youngest rock sequence was named the Bukit Bunuh Unit, consisting of impactite rocks known as suavite. This study has been conducted by Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Mokhtar Saidin and his team from the Global Archaeological Research Centre, or PPAG, University Science Malaysia, Penang.
The discovery of this hand axe embedded inside the suavite rocks indicates the existence of prehistoric civilization that was far earlier than 1.83 million years ago. This has made Lenggong Valley one of the most remarkable archaeological sites in the world.
About 74,000 years ago, the supervolcano Mount Toba in Sumatra erupted with such force, causing a disastrous impact on most life on Earth. Evidence of this mega eruption can be observed in Lenggong in the form of beds of volcanic ash with thickness reaching more than 6 meters. This volcanic ash deposit can be observed at Bukit Sapi Toba Ash Geosite.
In 2007, a survey of the valley by University Science Malaysia showed that the volcanic ash was scattered in the valley by 70 kilometers with a depth of 7 to 10 meters.
There are 2 hydroelectric dams and power stations located in the Lenggong GEOPARK area. In 1928, Cenderoh Dam was built. It is the oldest hydroelectric dam and power station in Malaysia. Later, in 1980, Kenering Dam was built. Both dams have led to the change in the landscape of the Lenggong area, with the presence of man-made lakes that covers an area of about 65.2 square kilometers. The present landscape of Lenggong GEOPARK illustrates the history of the formation of the Earth, with the diversity of rocks and terrain as the basis for geodiversity and biodiversity. The landscape also provides convenient environments for human settlements from prehistoric times until now. The Orang Asli are the indigenous peoples of Peninsular Malaysia. They live in certain parts of Lenggong GEOPARK, such as at Kampung Air Bah and Kampung Sungai Kara, where they still preserve their own distinctive culture and identity, which is linked by physical, economic, social, cultural, territorial, and spiritual ties to their immediate natural environment. Peninsular Malaysia has 18 tribes of indigenous peoples. 2 are found in Lenggong, namely the Lanoh and Temia tribes. A geopark is an area with outstanding geological heritage and a strategy to promote that heritage for the benefit of the local community. Thus, a geopark isn't a geopark without the community. Lenggong GEOPARK community is filled with life, living within its ecological and cultural values. The Lenggong GEOPARK's locals are mostly involved in ecotourism or geotourism activities. The increasing number of visitors to Lenggong GEOPARK has stimulated the economic activities of the community. Lenggong GEOPARK is rich in various types of plants. Some of them are edible. In Ethnobotany Biosite at Kampong Beng, the villagers serve young shoots found along the riverbanks in their dishes, such as water putat shoots or pucuk putat air. They also collect various edible wild plants from their surrounding areas to prepare a special traditional delicacy called kebebe, which is only available in Lenggong area. Kampong Beng is also known as Mini Amazon, as it is famous for its giant snakeheads, peacock bass, sebarau, and its challenging terrain like that of the Amazon River. Kampong Beng is also famous for fishing activities at the nearby Cenderoh or Raban Lake. Lenggong area is the second national geopark in Perak State after Geopark Lembah Kinta or Kinta Valley Geopark. What is Geopark? Geopark is a single and unified geographical area where sites and landscapes of national or international geological significance are managed with a holistic concept of protection, education, and sustainable development. Geopark is not only about rocks or geodiversity, but also includes biology as well as cultural diversities in the area. Lenggong qualified to be recognized as a national geopark as it has significant heritage values, including evidence of meteorite impact in Bukit Buno, the tertiary Lawin deposits, world-class geoarchaeological sites, universal heritage sites, and rural development models. With these special elements, Lenggong Geopark certainly has the potential to be recognized as a UNESCO Global Geopark in the future. This formerly quiet rural area can be further developed by promoting all the heritage sites, especially through geotourism activities. This eventually will benefit the local communities.
Keistimewaan yang wujud di Lenggong Geopark ini adalah ibarat permata pelancongan di Malaysia yang perlu digilap. Geopark ini mempunyai potensi yang sangat besar untuk dibangunkan sebagai pusat geopelancongan.
Lenggong Geopark has great cultural diversity. Indigenous tribes, Malays, Chinese, and Indians have all contributed to the culture of the area. When asked about the main identity of the Lenggong Geopark, we felt that the elements that are most synonyms to the Lenggong Geopark are Perak Man, Masjid Raja, and Ikan Pekasam. Masjid Raja, located at Kampung Cepor, Lenggong, is already aged 482 years old. It is the first mosque built in Kampung Cepor and indeed still stands strong and now has become a tourist attraction. All these marvelous geological, biological and cultural heritages of Lenggong Geopark make this area a wonderful place to visit. It will be a great loss if we cannot preserve and manage well these natural heritage resources. Enjoy the natural wonders. Discover the unpolished gem of Perak, Lenggong Geopark.